The Dow's up 128. Let's get to Bob Pisani. Bob.
Hello there, Carl. And can Jay Powell move the markets? Heck yeah. Take a look at the S&P futures. We were down 3-4 points earlier on, 8:29 a.m. Eastern time. And here's Mr. Powell. And all of a sudden, we're up 12, 13 points. We rose 12 or 13 points, add another 8 points. Suddenly, we're up 20 points on the S&P. And you can see in positive territory, record territory, in fact. In terms of Mr. Powell and the markets, the key phrase here, uncertainties have increased. That's really what moved everything around here, and that's why we rose. The street, obviously, everybody expecting an insurance cut in July. What I think there's a lot of debate about is whether we're starting some kind of meaningful easing cycle. That's not clear at all. Some people think there is. Morgan Stanley thinks we should be getting into one. They're the most bearish group on the street. This morning, they called their chief economist, came out and said, we think there should be 50 basis points cut in July. That's a minority position. Their argument, global growth has slowed over the past year. Trade tensions are still lingering, and a very strong policy response is necessary to sort of make sure that things don't get worse. Again, this is a minority position, but a very vocal minority position. Take a look at the sectors. It's the cyclical stuff that's moving. So you see semis, you see metals and mining. This is a classic cyclical. Energy, oil's been rallying the last couple of days, so there's some global macro issues going on, moving them. Banks down, of course, yields are down. And look at this. The transports are finally rallying. All 20 transports on the upside today. We've been noting all week that transports hit their highs back in September. They're 10% below their old highs, and they've been getting clobbered because all of those shipping and logistics companies, put them up there, have been clobbered on the global slowdown and trade issues. So FedEx, J.B. Hunt, UPS, this is all since September when the transports hit their highs, down 37, 28, 15, 15%. Now, FedEx has got some individual issues associated with as well, so it's not just the global macro issue. But you see what's going on here. They've got to figure out a way to deal with the global slowdown as well as trade, which, of course, both very much related. Levi Strauss very much interested me because I wanted to hear what they had to say in their first quarter as a fully public company. And I thought the sales were very good, up 9%. They were hit by bankruptcies and closures. Softer wholesale, that's the department stores. It was down 2%. Who doesn't know that department stores are in trouble? That's not where the growth is for Levi Strauss. What the most interesting thing to me, they complained about the IPO costs, $29 million. Now, remember something. They raised $600 million, so they paid $29 million. That means they paid 5% of what they raised for IPOs. That's about average. And people have been complaining about those high costs for many, many years. That's why you have things like direct listings happening. But very rarely do you see a company actually say, you know, our revenues were down, our numbers were down, our profits were down, partly because of the IPO issue. That's unusual to see that. But here's Levi Strauss. Remember, they went public at $17, down today, but they're public at $17. Very, very small float. Still a winner this year in the IPO contest, where there's been a lot of winners.